Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Welcome to Forget Work, Watch Films with your hosts, Tony Howe, Thomas Connors, and Robert Connors.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the latest episode of Forget Work, Watch Films. Then this is episode 34, is it? We all okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That didn't sound very fantastic. You're supposed to say fantastic.
Before we started this, Tony was falling asleep. Don't let his voice fool you.
No, but I'm meditating, ready to perform.
I think it's is it 19th of August? You won't guess it looking outside because it's been raining all week. It's dark, but it's all comfortable in here in the latest podcast where we talk about movies and anything that's going on in the world.
And things are about to get hotter.
Yeah, this is actually a special episode, this one, because we've actually got, it's a little bit random, you might have seen it in other places, but we've got about 20 bottles of hot sauce. So we're going to test them as we record. Just opening them. We've got a nice bit of KFC chicken coming up. We're going to do some dabbing while we talk about movies. So if we're struggling by the end of it, that's why. You excited? Do you like hot sauce?
I don't mind hot sauce. It's not something I automatically go for.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it.
Bitch.
Well, we'll see.
We've got one here called Del Fuego.
Go on then, why don't we start now?
You know, if you were going to meet a drug dealer in Mexico, he'd have a name like Del Fuego.
Right, I think we should try. This one's a nice one.
Well, why have you watched any films this week, Tony?
I have.
Well, why don't we try and explain the films we've watched while we're eating a piece of hot sauce chicken rather than just listen to me coughing?
Well, I actually want to talk about the...
This is it. Gay.
No. I think you're leading this one, Rob, and
yeah.
I think you want to talk about the main film that I have watched.
Well, I know for a fact...
So I don't want to jump ahead at gun to what he's going to say.
Yeah, it's fine. I know for a fact we've all watched Project Power, and we will go into it soon. But first of all, have you watched any trailers, and has anything piqued your interest this week? Because I know for a fact...
Just take this first piece. What is this one, Del
Fuego. So tell us about the trailers.
Go on, Tony.
Yeah, that's got a bit... that's got a bit of kick to it, yeah. Yeah, that's got some kick to it.
So what?
That's got a bite.
What?
A bite after trailers I've watched. There's actually one that I've seen today that's come on today, which has actually got me pretty excited, and it's for Death in the Nile, the sequel to. The sequel to Murder on the Orient Express, which is the Kenneth Branagh Poirot film. So I'm looking right, got a brilliant cast by it. Looks like we've got Gal Gadot, you've got the on-screen meeting of French and Saunders.
Well, what's interesting with these films, right? They've got a certain look to them, haven't they? I did enjoy Murder on the Orient Express. It was good. Cast, unbelievable. Johnny Depp. Sorry, there's distractions going on here. We've got all sorts of kicking off all over the place.
That one's hot bee sting, but I've had worse.
No, I've had some of that bee sting already, and it's quite... It's like a little... It is quite literally named well, because it's got like a little zap. The one you're about to have, Rob, is just called Explosive.
Oh, God. No.
Yeah,
there's a lot of chicken.
There's a lot of chicken. I think we went from like let's not touch the chicken to now we wish the chicken was gone.
That one's manageable. That one's good. Murder on the
What's
Orient.
this one you're giving me?
Explosive. I'm gonna have a try of explosive. So go on, Rob.
Yeah, Murder on the Orient Express. Best thing about it is the cast, but sometimes you just like to watch a movie where your brain switches off. You know what I mean? Even though this is going to be difficult.
Well, I think I think you've got to concentrate with them films.
Yeah, that's what.
Because there's a lot going on. Because there's a lot happening. I mean, when we watched... The thing is, I've watched a lot of Poirot, so I pretty much know what's going to happen. But I still enjoy the unravelling.
Yeah.
I love when you're waiting to get to the parlour scene, which is basically what they call it when Poirot goes through and tells you exactly
What he's
who the
worked
killer
out.
is.
Yeah.
Was
what
the
he's
butler
worked out.
in the bedroom with the knife?
That were on overnight. Clue.
Right, weren't it?
I were tempted to watch it, because we don't.
Is it Ryan Reynolds, that?
It's
No,
Tim Curry,
it's
isn't it?
right old Tim Curry. Yeah.
Sorry, Ryan Reynolds is in the reboot. They're remaking it.
Oh, there.
Yeah, with Ryan Reynolds.
That's a bit of a trend at the minute, isn't it? Knives Out, that did well.
Nice. That was brilliant.
Yeah, they're doing another one.
If they're done well, these films are really good.
Yeah.
My mouth's a bit on fire at the minute. I don't know about yours.
We're just spicing it up a bit because there's not many movies and TV shows at the moment to talk
That
about.
Del Fuego is alright until you finish your chicken and then you try and breathe.
What's this one?
This one's called... Tony's going to give us a little review of a hot sauce called Blaze.
No, whatever you want.
That one's right. That one's harsh.
Don't have your water.
I'm having my water.
You little bitch.
Says you with your Ribena. Put plenty of that on. We'll see what's a little bit. Here, pour it on. Get it on. Oh, God.
I don't know what this is going to be like for people listening
This
at
is...
home.
So, what were we talking
Yeah. We've lost all track of what we're talking about.
No, we're talking
Knives
about...
Out. Knives Out.
I've got sweats. Seriously. I'm watching him, look at him trying to control himself.
So, you're making me laugh. The cast in the first film: Michelle Pfeiffer, Josh Gad, Johnny Depp, Judi Dench.
Yeah, there's always a nice mixture of American.
Daisy Ridley, Kenneth Branagh.
There's always a nice mixture of American and British, and it looks the same in this one. There's can't remember her name, but the last who plays Shuri in Black Panther. You've got Army Hammer.
Oh God, I know her name and all.
Russell Brand.
Yeah.
Looking quite old, actually, Russell Brand.
I didn't even notice him in trailer.
Makeup in it.
No, it's because he's going grey, and he's got this, like, grey beard, so he looks like a professor.
Did I tell you something, right? Off topic, but I don't mind going off topic. You're a big fan of Russell Brand, aren't you?
Yeah, I do like Russell Brand.
You used to watch his show Ponderland, didn't you?
Yeah, I used to love that.
How good was that?
It was absolutely brilliant.
So, anyway, we're looking for... It's direct sequel, isn't it, to...
They're too hot for you, aren't they?
I'm not bothered about Wings.
Direct sequel to Murder on the Orient Express, isn't it? It's an episodic sequel. Does that make sense?
Well, if you look at it, if you remember end of Murder on the Orient Express, as soon as he gets off train, he says, "Oh, Mr. Poirot, there's been a murder on the Nile."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is like setting it up like.
Is that a
perfect,
spoiler?
like. No, because it's called Death on the Nile, this new one.
Yeah,
so
but
it's
you're
not a
talking
spoiler.
about the end of the Orient Express.
Well, you know Poirot's not going to die. Not
dear.
spoiled it about hotels. That's that fake.
You need to have a chicken wing. Because look at how much sauce is on this now.
No, I like my little nuggets being covered, literally.
So we're trying a new sauce called My Outback is Burning.
Pour that on. Let's have a look at this one.
So,
Not too bad, that one.
any other movies? I know we've just
it's not
watched...
bad now. Oh, is it?
We've just watched the trailer for On the Rocks. Looks good, doesn't it? Not spend too long on that because he always seems to come up.
No, it looks like a pleasant Bill Murray film, like directed by Sofia Coppola.
Yeah.
The last that's in it, I can never remember her name. It's something
Not
like
Dakota Johnson.
Rashida Jones,
They
isn't it?
look like Dakota Johnson.
Rashida Jones.
A little bit of
But
trivia.
she's in all sorts.
Yeah, she is. She's in Parks and Rec. Rashida
Yeah.
Jones is the daughter of Quincy Jones. Did you know that?
I didn't know that now.
I remember reading that.
I didn't know that at all.
Quincy Jones is her father. So
Well, there you go. We learn stuff on this podcast, people.
yeah.
We learn not to do podcasts and eat hot sauces.
I know, yeah, it's hard to concentrate. Right. They're the two
you
who
had-
did this one.
No. Blaze. Oh, we have had Blaze.
They're the two movies we're looking forward to. But
Just had that.
let's just... Should we have a little moment? 'Cause
Yeah,
I know for a fact...
yeah,
all
plug that on.
I know for a fact all of us have watched the latest movie that's being talked about.
Yeah, and
Project.
good, because I really want to get into this, so...
Project Power.
Unlike Tom, who can't get into this bottle of hot sauce, which I can't either.
Project
Oh,
Power.
getting in.
Go on. Give it
When
a
you
sec while
finish it
Cody's
off.
opening it up.
There you go. So go on, start your Project
Well,
Power
go on.
thoughts.
Rob, you were saying...
Shall I give you one word that I thought of it? So it's the new Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jamie Foxx movie on Netflix. The only big release in the last few weeks. One word to describe it, what I thought. And I was struggling to come up with any other word.
That's nice as well. These tall ones are quite mild compared to them other ones.
Cheesy. I couldn't get past how cheesy it was.
The one word I would use, disappointed.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
Yeah, but you had very, very high hopes for it, didn't you? You thought you watched
Well, I
trailer
saw a
and thought it
trailer
was
and
amazing.
thought, Jesus, this is jackpot, this.
Look, I didn't think it looked... I don't know what I thought it looked, and I don't really know what I expected. But quite early on, I thought there were just some moments where... Do you know what it was? This is what I had in my head while I'm watching it. I could see the concept, I could see the idea, I could see the whole plot. You know, but for me, it was the wrong director. It was the wrong style, the wrong directors. I looked who did it, and it's a duo. And they did the movie Catfish and the film Pulse with Dave Franco. Do you remember that one?
No.
Yeah, well, it come out a couple of
Yeah,
years.
it were him and a last in it, weren't great Kristen Stewart, someone like that. I don't think it was.
It's funny how some films like James Franco, it does out James Franco. He'll
No,
do any
Dave-
type of
Dave-
film.
Dave.
Oh, Dave Franco. Well, that's even better because I ain't got a clue.
No, it were... Can you see what I'm saying? A decent film, but it sort of had the wrong style and the wrong... Some of the dialogue I thought were a bit stupid. You know what I mean? Because there's a bit... We'll not spoil it, because there's not much point really. There's not much to spoil anyway. But there's a bit where Joseph Gordon-Levitt turns up and he finds that young lass who he's trying to find. Casually bumps into him middle of the street. Turns around and she says, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And he says, "Your mother's worried sick about you." Just cheesy dialogue like that. Do you know what I mean?
To me, it felt as though half the story were missing. Like, you didn't really know what were going off. I mean, you didn't know who all these baddie people were, really. There were no backstory to them. They were just bad people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But then again, is it something you'd really want him to go into in future? I don't think it is.
No.
You know what I mean?
What was that one, Tom?
Del Fuego.
And we had that already.
Yeah, I know, but we won it Otto once, so I thought I'd have another go.
Oh, God.
The whole rapping aspect, that was quite... It were alright, but... Look, it was good. I'm going to stop bashing it. What did you like?
It weren't good. It weren't good. It were rubbish. It were like... They'd had this idea and then never really built on it. You've got this bloody... like baddies that no were explained about. So you got the guy who's selling stuff. No were explained about.
Machine
him.
Gun Kelly weren't in it very long, were he?
No, you got this like
In fact, can I...
top woman boss turned up. Why? Don't know. They're after this doctor. No were explained about that. There were the guy with a beard. He's like a main party, but not really explained about him.
Spoilers.
Oh, what guy with beard?
Well, yeah, I thought...
who were he? You don't know, do you? Because you never explained.
Him in that, like, nightclub. He were biggie.
He was the main dealer, weren't he?
Him that turned into a Hulk.
Yeah, not him. The other guy.
Oh, that big... Oh, where he got photographed.
Oh, yeah.
He's hunted at first with these two people, shows up pictures. He's got this female doctor, notes ever explained about her. Who is she? Who's she working for? What's it come from? You don't know. Has he met her before?
Yeah, because I remember a scene where they're looking for somebody, and the young lass says, "The guy in the picture we're looking." No, Jamie Foxx says to her, "Do you remember the guy in the photo? We're looking for it." And I'm thinking, what guy in the photo? I don't remember
with
that.
Beard.
Yeah, I know now, but at the time it wasn't significant. I was trying to remember who they were looking for. It was just to briefly mention. That's what I mean. It's things like that where the idea was okay, but some stuff just didn't add up.
It didn't have substance to me.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I don't know, it weren't amazing. Well, big, massive spoiler. If you've not watched it, skip on a couple of minutes. The end, where Jamie Foxx used his power. How did his daughter... He killed everybody, but his daughter. Is that because she had the power of, like, life or something? Like, he didn't just kill him, he disintegrated him.
Well, no, he was the shrimp, weren't he?
Yeah.
What he talked about. Basically, it could create heat that intense. It would all the moisture in the air.
What was that one?
Tony's just tried one called Fire It Diablo Hot Sauce. How's this hot sauce go? It does distract you, doesn't it? We thought we needed
my throat's proper, like...
bit of a...
If I walk away for a bit, if you hear me walk away, I'm going to tap.
We needed a change, a bit of a different kick.
Well, basically, we're Rob and Tom's birthday, and they both got... Because the mum knows how much they like these kind of sauces, and inflicting pain on people.
Yeah.
So this is why he's ended up with all these sauces. So we thought it were a good idea to intermingle them with a podcast. The back of my throat at minute does not think it's a good idea. Oh, God.
Yeah. So, but what? Come on, what did you think were good? You can't have thought it was all terrible.
I thought Jamie Foxx were good. Are you alright, Talia? Jamie Foxx were good.
Yeah.
I thought all the characters were good. All the three main characters were good.
Yeah, but Gordon Levitt and Jamie Foxx are never not good, really, are they?
No.
So I tell you a bit that, like, little bits kept hitting me that I thought were cheesy. And do you know the bit when Joseph Gordon-Levitt goes inside the home of the girl who's missing?
When he's pretending to just get out at shower.
Yeah, I didn't mind that. So these...
Yeah, but who were those guys?
Yeah, exactly. Those secret agents who are very dangerous. He runs outside, down middle of the street in a towel and just sticks it on. And I thought, there's stuff like that.
But I can't work out who those... Were those guys who kept turning up at police incidents and taking people, were they the same guys who were working with baddies? Because at one point, they turned up at that underground place... I'm sure with guns and stuff. So I couldn't work out if they were separate to them. It never explained it.
Do you think it'd have worked better as a TV show?
Yeah. I think if they'd have given it some depth and some backstory and built it up over like a miniseries, like a 6-part, 8-part miniseries.
My lips are on fire. It's not so bad when you get the sauce in your mouth, but it's only lips.
Fire.
Tell you what bits like I thought were distracting me at first, but I don't know why, because it weren't really an issue. How many shots did they have to make Jamie Foxx look cool?
The whole point of that thingy was to make Jamie Foxx look cool as fuck, and to make Levitt look now mature, hard case. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a boy anymore.
It was like,
do you know what I mean?
You haven't been a boy for it.
No, but you know what I mean.
What, you mean 30 Rock from the Sun?
No, but he's like.
Is that what it's called?
Since he left
Since
he left them, we were playing more characters like he does in Night Before. Just the buddy mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always having a bit of trouble with girls.
What you're
and
saying
that was supposed to be like, now I'm action star.
Well, he were a hardened cop, weren't he?
Yeah.
That was the
He were a hardened cop in The Dark Knight Rises. It was the best bit about
No, he
that
weren't
film.
an hardened cop.
He were.
No, he weren't.
He were a rookie.
He were a rookie.
What you
Yeah,
call his rookie?
but he were like determined and putting it to the grind, weren't he? And he was the only one who took it
Hardened cop does
seriously.
not mean
Hey,
determined.
but you know what I mean? He was committed.
He might have been determined at a
And
crossway.
he was the only one that cared.
Yeah, that's different to this hardened cop. What are you pouring on there?
Hold on. Tony's going to do... Hold on, don't eat it yet. So, getting a bit heated, he's doing what we call a double dab. You excited for this?
No.
Right, do what I did. Don't eat it. Rub it round your lips like lipstick. What you can't see is he's got something on his lip at the minute. Gonorrhea.
Yeah. It were almost as if they got on set and realised Jamie Foxx looks cool. Let's get a shot of this.
Where you going, Tony?
I'm going to get some water.
Come
So
back.
I am walking away.
Come back, you little bitch.
Yeah, we just took a little pause so Tony could refresh. He's giving me a quadruple dab here. Full of
No,
hot
It's
sauces.
3, isn't it?
it's freely, yeah.
Triple dab then.
Go on, rub it in.
Go on then. Let's try it.
It's worse when it gets on your lips. You best start just taking
just
it
put it
whole.
straight in. When we had
Oh, fucking hell, that's rank.
when we had them really, really, really bad ones at uni, it was because it's on lips.
That was rank.
Yeah. Yeah. Which one's the really hot one?
All of them.
Del Fuego's
I
really
think that one.
Del Fuego's bad and Blaze. I think Blaze were bad.
This hasn't even got a name.
It was one of these two, wasn't it?
Oh, it has.
Is
Inferno.
there any we've not opened? This one hasn't been opened.
Yeah, but it's a big tall one.
Yeah, it don't matter. We're all in all right. Go on, see if you
Wait
get
till
that
next
open.
week when we bring heroin.
No, we're not inviting people who can bring heroin.
Yeah. What's this one?
Yeah, I want to try that.
Dragon's Breath.
Anyway, next subject.
No, we're gonna...
People are just listening to us going, ooh, pass that, pass that. They can't see how.
Pass the sauce. Right, so give us a quick roundup then of Project Power. If somebody said to you, go on, just what do you think? Final thoughts?
I've got to give it, I think I would have to give it a thumbs down.
Well, do you know what? I thought I'd give it a 6 out of 10. I like the idea.
I was thinking of giving it a middle because there are some good aspects to it, but I think because I felt so let down by sort of like you said, cheesiness to it
You
and
know
stuff
what?
like that.
It was different to what I expected in terms of, I thought if you had a pill, you'd randomly get a random power at the time. You don't know what you could get. But each person had their own power specific to their DNA, didn't they?
It was something to do with. Sorry guys if this is ruining it for you, but they've basically
Fucking hell. Oof.
acquired the DNA.
Jesus Christ,
Which
that
one's
was
that?
That one. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not that one. They've acquired the DNA of animals, and then they're using those
Spice it with
special
goats, didn't they?
special abilities
Let's
to go
talk this
into
through.
DNA of people. So like Chameleon, there's that guy who were like
Yeah. But they were farming this from Jamie Foxx's daughter.
yeah, because he'd been experimented on. He'd experimented on soldiers.
Yeah.
And they'd all had like special abilities. He'd got like prawn ability, and then
You'd be gutted if you got
he
that.
decided to like stop, and then he'd had a daughter, and her abilities were inborn, like were constantly on, so she didn't need to take a tablet.
Yeah.
Are you all right? A minute. Are you struggling with that one?
Oh, God. Jesus, fuck. We should have videoed this. We
Have
should.
some of that.
Maybe eventually we'll branch into YouTube, so, but Jesus.
We could be making millions from YouTube.
People-
We could be like KSI or
Do you know what we
You know the
should-
top
Oh,
earner
Sidemen.
from, one of the top earners from YouTube in the last like few years
Go on.
has been like a 6-year-old kid who reviews toys.
Well, there's also there's
Hey,
like
what
that.
about him from Chef Morgs?
There's him.
YouTube money.
There's like Saffron Burrows. She's like massive.
We just
on
need to do
YouTube.
something ridiculous. I've got dog collars. We strap them to ourselves, and you know,
Morgs were
Jesus, fuck
a
me.
regular customer. My Last Job, which is like a black hole in my life because I pretend I didn't work.
I'm struggling with this one, you know.
Which is that one? Which is the one?
This mariachi thing.
It's Del Fuego. I said that.
That's
mariachi.
The worst one. What's Del Fuego mean?
Death, I'm guessing.
The death.
So, go on. I give it 6 out of 10, Project Power.
I'd give
Fucking hell.
probably a 5 out of 10 because I just think it's a take it or leave it movie. It's Sunday afternoon.
So I'm going to give it a 4. So 6, 5, 4. I think that's average 5, and I think that's its place.
That's not great all round, though, is it? Really?
Yeah, but I think unfortunately this is the state of some films that are coming out of it.
You didn't think any of it were good?
No, there were bits that were alright, but I think when you looked at it as a whole, I was disappointed. So the good bits have pulled it up to a 4.
Yeah. That fight scene in that tank, you know, in that nightclub when she's in that tank, I thought that weren't convincing at all. So it were rubbish.
No, because I couldn't work out where, like, what she could only control. It was supposed to be clever, but I thought these abilities, like ice, fire, like freezing stuff.
Yeah.
But it was as though she had to be in that controlled thing, or she'd die. Well, what was the point in that?
Oh, no. I read about the last who rapped.
No.
Never revealed it.
That, yeah.
So, what else you watched this week? Seeing as that's
I'm working my way through the Matrix trilogy after going to see the full Matrix 1 in 4DX last week.
Which we did cover.
Yeah.
So how far are you into it?
I watched Matrix Reloaded a few days ago.
Jesus. Seriously, I've seriously burnt my mouth here.
Guys,
I'm struggling.
The roof of my mouth is on fire.
It was very difficult. Not difficult, but harder to follow Reloaded than the Matrix 1. So do you know what I did? I went on YouTube and watched a 6-minute long video that explains Matrix 1, 2 and 3 all together and explains the storyline. Simplified it a lot. And then when I'm watching the film, I got it a lot more.
It's still ridiculously out there, though, isn't it?
It's free where it gets like
sloppy.
What?
Yeah.
But I forgot. I am the architect, and you come round and what? And every so often.
Although there were some key scenes in it, and I forgot how good they are. The action scenes is just incredible. Although I just feel like it's totally let down by the scene where he picks up the stick and fights like 1,000 Agent Smith. Because it goes total like cartoon special effects.
That at time were fantastic.
It weren't.
I loved it.
The fight scene is, but I remember buying it on DVD because I didn't see it in the cinema. And even when I watched it on DVD, I thought, because it's when he goes sideways. The rest is cool.
I mean you can tell, but I still think at the time, and on top of when the fight's on top of Laura. That were absolutely brilliant.
There were a scene, the part of that I had to rewind to watch it again. It's the scene where the lorries crash into each other and Morpheus. That and another. The lorries crash into each other and there's an explosion and Morpheus and the key guy, whatever he is, they're both like taking off in this explosion. It looks like they're about to die, and then Neo comes flying through and saves it. But just before that, 5 minutes before that. Trinity has got the key. What do they call him? The lock guy.
Keymaker, innit?
Keymaker.
Yeah, Keymaker, not Keymaster. That's from another classic.
That's from some shit film.
She's got the Keymaker on the back of her bike, and she drives in between lorries, where Morpheus swings down, grabs him, and then swings him up in the air. Oh, it's immense! It's so good.
Can I tell you another fight scene that I think nobody talks about enough is the staircase scene with the twins.
You know who they were, don't you?
From Sheffield, them.
Yeah, they were. They're decorators.
Are they?
They were on like a thingy show, like back in '90s, like. I don't know.
I don't think
do my room up in,
they don't actually fight them two on the staircase.
Or something like that.
Them two aren't even there on the staircase.
And director saw them and just thought these two look brilliant.
I don't know. They do turn up at the staircase.
Neo says to Trinity and Morpheus,
Yeah,
get him safe, get him to safety. I'll take care of these. And those Ghost twins chase Neo and Morpheus, Trinity and Morpheus.
I think
Kingmaker.
I think the Matrix. The biggest fault I've got with the whole Matrix trilogy, even though it is magnificent, it's one of those films. You know when they say, "Oh, it's way ahead of its time." That was too ahead of its time.
I'll ask one question here.
Special effects weren't ready for it.
Would The Matrix be a better film without Reloaded and Revolution?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. 100%.
No, I don't think it would be, because it's an incredible film and you can watch it over and over and over again. It's incredible.
Yeah,
The Matrix was. But my answer to that is it would be talked about more. People would go on and on and on about it and be saying they should have made a sequel. It was incredible. Think of some of the stuff they could have done with that. But sometimes things can get diluted. So people have been fed more and more and more of this world. And now some people kind of disregard that as a trilogy and forget about the other two. Whereas if it had just been the one, it'd be up there as one of the most classic films. Well, it is to me, but more people would have thought the same.
Kind of goes without saying that if those two didn't exist, all that would happen is people would be desperate for a sequel to it.
Yeah, it's true. Because people do.
Do you know what? Do you know what it reminded me a lot of? Watching it, going back and watching it, especially like with the second one, with the multiple like close combat fighting, the Raid, and the Raid 2.
I'll tell you something.
Well, they use. I think they use like some same guys, the same guys who eventually worked on Raid, because obviously Raid were done ages after. The Wachowskis use proper Asian stunt training guys.
I watched a YouTube video on the making of The Matrix 1, and they actually brought in an old martial arts like Chinese expert, and he like advised them.
I basically just got a nugget and soaked up all the ones that dripped off, so basically 10.
I've got an idea.
And soaked it all the way through, and then ate it.
Does anybody... I've got an idea here.
Do you know in The Matrix Reloaded as well, you know the whole freeway scene? Do you know they built that whole motorway? They spent over $2 million on it, and it was built in like an old army base, and they filmed the whole thing on this freeway. That's immense.
How would you feel about shooting a promo video where we maybe take some of this sauce, but through a different way?
No.
Basically, we
I'll film it.
There was something else I watched and all that. I wrote it down.
I would say though The Matrix lets you know how great Keanu Reeves is.
I've been watching a few things on Netflix lately. I've watched, I don't know if I mentioned it on a previous podcast, but something called Love on the Spectrum.
What's this going to be? I don't even know what's coming next.
It's basically The Undateables, but it's set in like Australia or America.
Alright.
And I tell you what, you would absolutely love it. Some of the characters, you know The Undateables.
Oh, you're my girlfriend, yes or no?
It's brilliant, isn't it? Well, this is like above and beyond the people they have on this. It is really, it is. But the characters on it, there's this one lass, and she goes out for a date with this lad.
Remember, we've got people listening.
I know.
Be very, very careful.
And
we're always close to knuckle.
She's like they're both like teenagers, I think, and she's like just a white lass, and he's a mixed race lad, and they go for a date, and she says to him, "So, what are you into then? Do you have a type?" And he like looks at her and he goes, "Well, I thought I liked guys at one point, so I tried gay porn. I didn't like what I saw." And she like goes, "Right."
We've all done that, though, haven't we?
And then he goes, "Yes, I don't like men." So she goes, "All right, well, what do you like then?" And she's like, "It's white lass." And he goes, "Asians." It's just, you just watching it thinking, right, this ain't going well. So anyway, after this date, she starts trying to date women because it puts her off that bad. It's you should try it. It is quite good, actually.
I used to love Undateables, and I always there's that one guy who does like muscle.
Oh yeah, you know him. He's got TikTok him, and he's. I watched this video, and I watched some of the stuff on his account, and he's going, "I'm going to tell you how to save money when you go to a restaurant. When they can bring the bill, ask them if they can knock money off." You're like, right?
Yeah.
But then he goes, "And if they don't, ask them again. And just keep asking."
He's the one where he eats off her plate.
When he says,
he
"Oh,
eats
what's
off
that?"
her plate, and she's absolutely fuming. But he also, talking about somebody, he goes to they take him to this like proper fancy like wine shop because he's going to be man. He's going, "Can we have a little more?"
Yeah,
going,
a little more.
I can knock that off for you. A little more.
So,
I can do that for you.
Don't he buy his mum a present and he gets like a £2 bottle of wine or something?
Yeah.
And she's going, "I'm really disappointed that you've bought me that." And he's going, "But it was cheap."
Yeah, a little more.
The thing is, though, for people who don't know, Undateables is like a British TV show that shows people. I don't even know how to describe it.
Be very careful. People who have trouble
people
dating.
with disabilities who struggle, whether it's like a condition that they've got, or it's like behavioural, like personality disabilities,
like
so
Tourette's
like
or
autism
like
and things
So
like that.
could you
so, for example, one of the first episodes of Undateables, it had this woman on it, and to look at, she looked completely fine, but she'd have like a tick, and she'd go "Thundercats," and it weren't funny at all. It was terrible, really. Thundercats. They'd be sat in a restaurant and she'd be going, "Thundercats."
That's not funny.
Could you argue?
You could barely notice.
It is exploitation, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course it is. Okay, but the thing is, it's still going. There's still people still go on it because obviously it's an agency that specifically deals with people who are having trouble.
That's how we found you for a podcast, though.
Because it says you phoned this agency up.
I actually messaged one of them on Twitter, and
what, a little more?
no, not that guy. And he actually responded and stuff, and he followed me on Instagram as well. So he's my friend.
We'll get him listening.
It was that Geordie guy with long hair and.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean.
You know, we haven't actually got long left. Have you watched it this week?
Well, other than Project Power, I hadn't really watched much now.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, there's no to watch though, is there? It's just, we're in a dry spell.
No, that's a load of bullshit. There's a million things to watch. There's no new art, but there is a million things to watch.
Maybe I need to broaden my horizons.
When I obviously
there's a billion things to watch.
You know there is, because when things started going pear shaped, I did start like watching like old classics, and I probably need to get back to some. I had about 30 films that I started wading my way through, like every Mission Impossible, things like that. But I've watched them now, but I need to go back and start digging through again.
Yeah. Daisy's in the middle of watching Suits. That looks quite good. There's loads of episodes and stuff.
Too much for me to commit.
I keep thinking, should I? Because at the minute, there is nothing.
Oh.
We are absolutely watching.
There's no new, but there's a million, especially with like Netflix and stuff like that, and on demand. There's loads of stuff coming out.
This leads me to my next thing. Forget where to watch films. We'll be booking tickets for Tenet soon. We're going to go see it in IMAX. First film we've seen together.
Before we talk about Tenet, because we are going to see that. That'll probably be on not the next podcast, the one after. Could we just have a little discussion on this DC fan event this weekend?
Oh, yeah,
because this is on Saturday, and obviously our podcast will be on Wednesday. What were you expecting from this? What are you? Has it got your attention? At first, did it have your attention, and now it's got your curiosity?
It's not got.
What are you thinking, or is it the other way around?
I've seen it because I've seen it advertised a lot on all sort of like comic sites that I go on. It's in sort of like a lot of magazines and stuff like that. Is it something that I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to sit down and watch that? No. Do I think there'll be a load of stuff that'll amaze? Probably not.
Tell you what I've struggled with, right? Because we've wasted so many hours bashing DC and stuff they've come out with. But you know, for example, when Marvel announced something, they'll do a Marvel event and Kevin Feige will come on right, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. What I get from that DC fandom is they've hired actors to sell it as best they can. You know, like the woman presented it, and it doesn't sell it to me. The guys who've made the movies, yeah, fine. I'm very interested to see Pattinson's Batman. Very interested to see James Gunn's Suicide Squad, definitely. But otherwise, it just looks like they're trying to gain some steam.
If I want to be after the event thinking, shit, I've made a great mistake here. We should have watched that. You kept saying Thompson on thing about watching it, but I know that's not going to be the case.
You can't really. It's a 24-hour event,
so
you'll chime in and you'll tune in and you'll tune out. I suppose one thing I could ask you is, what are you looking forward to come out of that? Not watching the whole event. What has caught your eye? You're keen. For me, it's the trailer. I think there's going to be a trailer for the Suicide Squad with James Gunn. Yeah. And there's going to be, I think there could be some footage of the Batman. Granted, they're not even halfway through filming that, so if it's a trailer, it won't be much. And also, oh god, there was something else.
Black Adam.
Yeah, Black Adam. So, I mean, you can't say that you're not looking forward to those.
But what I'm saying is, these are things we already know about. I don't need a 24-hour thing to tell me about them.
You know about them, but you don't know that. You don't know what direction they're going in, the style they've got.
Well, I've got a general idea with Batman.
It's to garner excitement, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing a trailer for Suicide Squad, but that's like I'm interested in seeing any trailer throw. But what I'm saying is, this event, unless it throws up some absolutely amazing surprise news, this is the surprise. We're getting a surprise team together. We're doing a Suicide Squad versus Justice League film. I just think it's just overblown. It's just like shit. Help.
Do you know comic wise? Are you a bigger Marvel or DC fan? The characters.
It used to be DC. Then I went massively Marvel, and then I've sort of like gone back DC. But they're both pretty poor at minute.
You know what? I think this DC thing. I'm genuinely excited for it, and I really believe. And I think that this is what the DC heads want, the figureheads of that whole movie brand. This could be a turning point for the DC franchise. I really think it could be. Because they're going to come out of this on the other side with people excited for the Batman, people excited for The Rock as Black Adam, people excited for the Suicide Squad, and then everything else that's in it. I think it could be a huge turning point at the minute. Because don't forget, in the MCU at the minute, it's stagnant. There's nothing happening right now, so it's the perfect time for them to get a good reception.
But do you know what doesn't help? And doesn't help DC's cause when you're reading stuff in papers from actors saying Jeff Johns, the execs at DC were tyrants, they were bullies.
Yeah, but that's Cyborg actor Ray Fisher.
No, but there's also been other rumblings coming out about this, and I'm not going to go in what it's about, but when you're hearing stuff like that, you can't help but take notice of it. And I've obviously got a lot of respect for Jeff Johns because he's one of my favourite writers. But then you're hearing this stuff that, obviously, sorry, being a writer of a comic, but then you're being put in charge of all their entertainment.
The only thing that makes
He's no Kevin Feige.
I'm going to get... I
agree, but I think that could be a byproduct of the fact that they all know that they were making shit and they just took it out on each other. This could... You know for a fact, and I don't mean to just keep using this as an example, but you know for a fact there won't have been behaviour like that on the Suicide Squad set.
Yeah, there wouldn't have been because James Gunn would have had slowly buzzing.
So, I mean...
The only thing that makes me... I'm going to stop spewing negativity towards it because it could be quite interesting. You've got to think they did do the character Joker pretty good. So maybe it might be a good turning point.
This is what I'm saying. I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
I want to be...
You were surprised by Joker though, weren't you?
Yeah, because...
you know what? I was confused. I thought we meant Joker in Suicide Squad.
No, Joker.
I was like, oh my god.
That's the last DC movie, really.
Yeah. So I want more stuff like that. I want to be pleasantly surprised. I want to be wrong.
But they know that worked. They made over $1 billion. So that's now a bench poll for them. They know The Suicide Squad could be R-rated.
Gonna have to cut everybody off anyway because we're officially out of time. Done. Complete.
Lips on fire.
20 seconds left. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to have a snack while we're doing it, burn ourselves.
We like to try new things.
Yeah. Tried it. Next week.
Next week we're going to start playing with matches.
Anyway, subscribe, like, whatever it is. Tune in next time. See you later.
Send us questions. Send us stuff you want us to talk about. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.